Hi there, welcome back. My name is Deanna Bedoya, and this is our fourth video, our penultimate video in the Appetite Mastery System introductory series. And remember that the Appetite Mastery System is all about you feeling masterful, skillful, like an expert with command over your appetite. And appetite, we often use the word hunger, but appetite is a better term here because appetite is our desire to eat that may or may not be influenced by hunger. And the Appetite Mastery System is all about you figuring out what is driving you to eat more than you would like to. So in previous videos, which again I will link, we have been talking about how reshaping our thinking patterns, promoting more emotional peace, and reducing our emotional eating, as well as how the foods we're eating, how we can shift those towards foods that promote more appetite regulation. Okay, so we've already covered these four pillars, and as you've learned in the other videos, these are all related. But today I really want to focus on what I call environmental sovereignty. I love this term. This is one of my favorite term of the four. Okay, a sovereign. A sovereign, I think of a queen. Because I'm a woman, I think of a queen. But you might think of a king, you might think of some other kind of royalty, or maybe you don't like royalty and you think of something else. But like, this is the energy I'm talking about. You know, this energy, this is sovereign energy. This is like, I purvey my environment and I am the ruler, right? Not a domination. It's not about dominating your body and dominating everyone else. It's about kind of knowing yourself and knowing your power and standing in your own power and not letting the environment around you drive your decision making, but you making decisions from a place of power, from a place of doing what's best for yourself, right? From a place of trusting yourself and trusting your body. So many of us are influenced by our environments, and that's the central question that's driving this presentation. Is your environment controlling you? So I don't know about you, but I am someone that can be deeply, deeply conditioned by my environment, right? What do I mean by this? Let's say I am not hungry and I go somewhere and I see cinnamon buns everywhere, but I'm not hungry. I'm super full. I still want those cinnamon buns. I see other people eating. What are you eating? What do you got over there? What is that? I want to know, and there's something about other people doing things around me, or the things I see around me. They're all cues. They're all signals. They're all, getting interpreted by my brain, associated with memories and reward, and I have some sort of response to those. How does it go with you? Are you someone that when you walk into a place and it's full of food, you have a really hard time stopping yourself from eating? Are you the kind of person that see food, eat food? Okay? And there's no judgment with any of this, ever, ever, ever. It's about awareness. It's about seeing what's going on. How are you being conditioned, and how can you start to peel off some of those layers to get back to a place where you trust yourself, you know yourself, and you are the sovereign. You are the ruler of your own appetite and your own life. Okay? So in this series, in this video in particular, I'm going to talk about ways to kind of realize what's going on in your environment, and how to deal with an external environment that tries to push food on you all the time, right? Our environment's like eat, 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 eat all the time. Eat, 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 eat. Everywhere you look, cues to eat. How do you deal with those cues? Because they're powerful, eh? And then how do you control your immediate environment so, again, your desire to eat more than you'd like to is not enhanced, okay? So, like I keep saying, our brain is the center for appetite regulation. And when we see things or we smell things, right? And even when we, I don't know, I'm not going to draw an ear, but let's say there's an ear there. When we hear things, these all come in to the particular area of our brain that senses it, but eventually gets tied in with our thinking brain, our emotional brain. We remember things about that particular food or that particular smell, and all of these things. And please the neuroanatomy is not correct here, so just excuse that, right? But all of those things can influence our desire to eat, right? There's strong presences, especially if we have an emotional attachment to a food that we see, right? I personally have a bit of an emotional attachment, so does my husband, to pizza. I have a strong emotional attachment to pizza. So when I see pizza, and especially if I see other people eating pizza, oh my God, especially if it looks good, I want it. I want it so bad because I have all these good memories of pizza. I have like a rewarding nature of pizza locked into my head, right? And if you have that as well, there's a chance you want pizza right now just because I'm talking about it sometimes, right? So again, we have to be aware of how our environment is shaping our desire to eat even when we're not physically hungry. Okay, so one of the easiest ways to minimize the cues that the outside environment has on your life is to eat at home more often. Okay, easier said than done for some people. I understand that. Okay, but it is something that you might want to try to do more of. Maybe get a cookbook, maybe look for recipes on the internet. Let's say you're not a great cook. You know how to become a great cook? Google. You know what I do, or I'm into cookbooks these days, but you know what I typically do, or when I started cooking, what I typically do, I would like look at what I have in my fridge, and then I would like, let's say I have chicken in my fridge and I have broccoli. What am I going to do with this? I don't know. I'm going to Google chicken, broccoli, recipe, easy. Okay, and what you're often going to get in that situation is a bunch of recipes that are easy that are going to help you combine those two things, right? And yeah, it takes some effort and it takes some research, but what I'll say is once you start cooking, it becomes a lot easier over time. Right now, my husband and I are in a stage where we're cooking regularly, primarily because we live in an area with not a lot of great restaurants. But oh my goodness, sometimes when you start making really good food at home, you're like, no. When you go out to eat, you're like, no, their food isn't even, I can make better than this. I'm not going to spend money on this because I can make food better. Okay. So eating at home more often puts you in the driver's seat around what you're eating. It also helps you spend less money because eating out at restaurants is hella expensive if you do it all the time. And chances are you're going to make foods that are a lot healthier for you as well. Okay, so eat at home more often. There's a lot more control. Okay, plus you could make a big platter. Like let's say if I were to make this big platter, I think that's chicken, I don't know. And let's say this is what we eat tonight, and then I have a meal for my lunch tomorrow, right? So you can often get 2 meals out of one. The Canadian Food Guide says cook once, eat twice. And I really like that concept. Okay. Something else you can do as far as your home environment goes is to keep really healthy foods in plain sight. Keep healthy options on hand, on your counter, in your fridge, in your cupboard. If you are opening in your cupboard and the first thing you see is Oreo cookies or chips, and you love Oreo cookies and chips, I'm not saying not to eat them, but if you're putting them in front of you all the time, what we see is a powerful cue to promote behavior, right? So if you love Oreos and you have to have them in the house, cool, but maybe put them higher up, maybe put them in the back of your cupboard, right? Put things in plain sight so the first thing you see when you open your fridge is a healthy option that you enjoy, right? If you hate apples and you fill your fridge with apples, that's not going to do anything. That's actually just going to frustrate you. But can you make your home fridge, your home environment full of healthy food cues, right? Which means shopping, right? As well, which means shopping and knowing yourself and finding some go-to foods that you can keep on hand. You just want to make it easier on yourself. Don't make it harder on yourself, right? People that are trying to eat healthy that have no healthy foods in the house, that's not going to be easy, right? How are you going to eat healthy if you don't give yourself easy decisions to make when you're, wanting to make a quick decision? Okay, help yourself make good decisions. Another thing you could do in this case is to food prep. it takes a lot of effort, but some people are really good at this, is to like make a bunch of foods on a Sunday or whatever else, batch foods. And you can freeze some, you can put some in like ready to go into your fridge, so it's easy to pull from. And then learn yourself as you go. Let's say you ended up cutting up all these vegetables and they were there, but you like didn't touch them. Why? Is it because there was broccoli there and you don't like broccoli, but you like carrots? Okay, keep the carrots there, right? It's all an experiment. Figure yourself out. What's going to work best for you? Okay, so this is part of environmental sovereignty. Okay, and here I am. I have legs. I know you don't see my legs, but I promise you that I have legs. And here I am out getting some delicious ice cream. Why? Because I typically do not keep ice cream in the house, because I have zero control when it comes to ice cream. So if I were to keep ice cream in the house, I'm going to be eating ice cream all the damn time. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with ice cream, but I know that I don't have any control over it. So if I know that I don't have any control over it, why would I put that in plain sight? Okay? And when I want ice cream, I do go out and get it. Like I don't restrict. None of this appetite mastery system is about restricting, or you can't eat these foods. These are the only foods you can eat. These are bad. These are good. I don't believe in that stuff, right? But if you know that you have little control when it comes to a particular food, perhaps not keeping it in the house is the best thing, right? And then you like make it an adventure when you go get it and be like, when I go to get ice cream now, it's like, I'm going for ice cream. It's not just me binging on ice cream at the end of the night. It's like, I'm going to go get some ice cream. It's going to be delicious. And I enjoyed the shit out of it when I do eat ice cream. Okay. But again, keeping it right in front of you, like what we see, we do, right? So if we put it in front of us and it's really something that we find rewarding, chances are we're going to seek it out. So we want to try to like work with those cues. Okay. Here's another great suggestion. One of the reasons we end up getting influenced by the outside environment is that when we are struck with hunger, we are outside of our kingdom. We are outside of our ruling kingdom, and we are influenced by McDonald's. We are influenced by the food court. We are influenced by a convenience store. We are influenced by someone walking by eating something that looks really good. Okay? So we are more likely to make poorer decisions when we are hungry with respect to food. Okay? So a good idea is to eat regularly so you're not caught outside with hunger. Okay, what you could do, this is really important for me, life-saving for me. What you can do is try to like always keep something in your bag or your purse. So I could be better at this, but I try my best to always keep like a bar or something, right? So I'm obsessed with Luna bars. If you know those, are so tasty and they have like very minimal ingredients. They're really, really good. But I try to always keep a Luna bar on me, or I might keep some almonds or something in my purse, right? So when I am starving, first of all, I'm not a nice person when I'm starving, so I don't want to get there. Plus, I'm more likely to make poor decisions with respect to my health, right? So I try to always keep food on me and try not to think about what your day's going to be like. If you're going to be out running around all day, what are you going to do about food? Do you have a food plan? Right? So planning ahead, I know there's so many suggestions locked into these, but planning ahead can also be really important as well. Okay? Something else, if you are going to be the ruler, the sovereign of your eating decisions, and you're not going to let your environment affect you, you need to understand how your environment is being manipulated. Okay? Food marketers are very intelligent and they are very good. They've done lots of research, they've done lots of different experiments, etc., to be able to figure out how to get into your head. Are you going to let them? Are you going to let them manipulate you? And yeah, it's a strong word, manipulation. Are you going to let them manipulate you into making decisions and to preying on your weaknesses? Okay? The main goal of any food company is to make money, They do not always have your best interest at heart. And because they want to make money, they're going to do as many tricks as they can to help you, to help get into your heads and to get you into their stores buying their products. Okay? McDonald's is a classic example of a company that's brilliant at marketing and getting into your heads. So one thing that stands out to me when I look at this is the fact that there's lots of yellows and reds. You'll notice that a lot of the big fast food companies, they use a lot of yellow and red. Think Burger King, think Tim Hortons, think Wendy's. It's all yellow and red. Subway's red is as yellow as well. Yellow, red, yellow, red. These are colors that the eye really picks up and stand out to us. Okay? So those yellow and red colors, you know, just because they make you turn your head doesn't mean you have to buy the product then. Right? Food marketers also use a lot of financial incentives. They prey on the fact that we liked a good deal to be able to get you to eat more, right? A good example of this is like, you know, sometimes when I go to Tim Hortons, which is rare, I like to get a Timbit. If you know what that is, it's a donut hole, they call them in the States. But I'll go to Tim Hortons and I'll be like, okay, can I get, you know, a coffee and one chocolate Timbit? And they're like, oh, you want a pack of Timbits? I'm like, no, I want one Timbit. Like, oh yeah, like a pack, like 20 of them. I'm like, no, I want one of them. They make it hard for you to buy less. They want you to buy more. Why? So you think you're getting a lot of value and you spend more money. Okay, yeah, there's a deal. It's cheaper individually for those Timbits if I buy 20 compared to if I buy one. But if I buy 20, I'm going to eat 20. I know lots of people that can eat 20 of them, including myself. I don't know if I still could, but I'm sure it wouldn't be that difficult for me to do. Okay, so know that they use these financial incentives. Notice that they use things like using free Wi-Fi or using like different kinds of sponsorships and these kind of things to get into your head. These food marketers, they're not selling food. What they're selling is an experience, and what they're selling is a feeling. They're trying to sell you a feeling. McDonald's doesn't say, come eat our burgers, they're delicious. They say, I'm loving it. They put love in the title. There's a reason they put love in the title, because that's what they want you to associate with McDonald's is love. There's a reason why Coca-Cola's motto isn't drink this caramelly, sugary, delicious beverage. It's open happiness. They are trying to sell you happiness. They are trying to sell you love. They are trying to sell you belonging by eating their products. Know this. It's brilliant. I don't even begrudge them for it because it makes good business sense. But you are smarter than that. And you're not going to fall for their marketing cues because you make decisions for yourself that are in your best interest, right? Yes, is the answer. Okay? You are the king and queen of your food decisions. You get to make decisions for yourself. Don't let your environment rule your world. You deserve to feel good in your body. You deserve to make decisions from a place of empowerment. And that doesn't mean that you always have to make the healthy choice. You know, sometimes you are going to get caught out with hunger. Sometimes you are going to, drive through McDonald's or whatever else. Sometimes you are going to keep Oreos in plain sight and eat a few too many of them. That's going to happen sometimes, and we don't want to put judgment or shame into any of this stuff. But if we focus on trying to shift these things so the majority of our decisions are healthy choices, it's going to make a massive difference in how much we're eating and, our relationship with food and ourselves. Okay? As I keep saying, be compassionate and patient with yourself as you try to change your food behaviors. But a key thing in behavior change theory is this concept of self-efficacy. Self-efficacy means that you know that you're actually able to change. Belief in your ability to change a particular behavior. Do you believe that you can change your relationship with food? Do you believe that you can shift your food consumption pattern slightly? Do you believe that you can shift your home environment slightly or become more aware of your thoughts? right? Do you believe you can do that? If the answer is no, then you are telling yourself that you can't do it. And it's, you know, it's again, no judgments, but it's kind of telling yourself that you're going to fail before you even try. But I'm here to assure you that you absolutely can change. We all have the capacity to do that, even if it's small changes. And what I want you to do is when you do make small changes, you need to frickin' celebrate them. I almost swore. Fuck it, there it is, right? You need to fucking celebrate them. When you make a good decision, when you put the Oreos in the back of the cupboard and you don't choose those and instead you choose a Luna bar or something else, right? And you're proud of that decision. Give yourself the reward of feeling good about it, right? And be kind to yourself as you change behaviors, but celebrate the little wins along the way. Okay, it takes time, it takes patience, and if you need more guidance, I am here with my Appetite Mastery course to help you figure this out and to get a little bit more into your head about what's going to work best for you. And remember, I have all those other videos that go over the other elements of the Appetite Mastery system if you want to figure it out for yourself, which you're absolutely welcome to do. I just want you to feel peaceful. I just want you to feel good in relationship with food and your body, and I want you to feel good in your skin, and you, my friend, deserve to feel great in your body. You fundamentally do, and you can get there, and when you get there, you're going to shine so much more. And we're so excited for you to do that, because too many people have had their lights turned off because of their relationship with food and their body. But this can't go on. We need your light. Come, show it to us. Please, please. Anyways, my name is Deanna Bedoya. It's been a pleasure, and I will see you next time.